Football. Is there a more beautiful game? The grace, the power, the drama. It's a sport that unites millions across the globe. But like life itself, football has a darker side, a side where triumph can turn to tragedy in a split second, where a single horrific injury can forever alter the course of a player's career. Today, we're diving deep into the most devastating injuries in football history, the moments that left fans speechless and players with challenges they never could have foreseen. We're going to explore the physical and emotional toll these injuries took, but also the incredible resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. So buckle up, because we're about to journey into the heart of courage, the reality of risk, and the enduring power of the beautiful game, even when it's hard to watch. It's February 23rd, 2008. Arsenal is facing Birmingham City. The Emirates Stadium is buzzing with the energy of a tight match. On the pitch, a young, talented striker named Eduardo da Silva is tearing through defences, a rising star for the Gunners. Then, just minutes into the match, it happens. A tackle, a sickening crunch. Eduardo goes down and the world seems to stop. You can hear a pin drop in the stadium. The tackle, by Birmingham defender Martin Taylor, is late, reckless, and the consequences are immediate and devastating. Eduardo's left leg is shattered. The tibia and fibula, the bones that hold the lower leg together, are broken. His ankle is dislocated, twisted at an unnatural angle. The images are graphic, the kind that make you want to turn away, but you can't help but look to try and process the sheer brutality of it. The match is stopped for 8 agonizing minutes as medical staff work frantically to stabilize Eduardo. Players from both sides are visibly shaken, some in tears. The joy of the game has evaporated, replaced by a heavy blanket of shock and fear. Eduardo is rushed to the hospital, his career hanging in the balance. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, filled with surgeries, setbacks, and the daunting task of learning to walk, let alone play football again. This, my friends, is the story of a career tragically altered, a stark reminder of the fragility of even the strongest athletes. We'll be right back to continue our exploration of these life-changing injuries. Sometimes even describing the injury feels almost too gruesome, too difficult to put into words. But to understand the devastating impact of this next story, we have to go there. We have to talk about David Bust. It's April 8th, 1996. Coventry City is taking on Manchester United at Old Trafford. David Bust, a tough tackling defender for Coventry, is known for his commitment, his willingness to put his body on the line. Just 2 minutes into the game, Bust races towards the Manchester United goal, chasing a loose ball. 2 United players converge, a collision is imminent. What follows isn't just a tackle, it's a horrific collision of bodies, bone on bone. The force of the impact is sickening. Bust's right leg is trapped between the 2 opposing players, and the result is unimaginable. His leg is shattered. Not just broken, but shattered. Multiple fractures, the bones splintered, the damage beyond comprehension. The reaction is immediate and visceral. Players from both sides recoil in horror. Peter Schmeichel, the legendary Manchester United goalkeeper, is physically sick on the pitch. The match is delayed for 10 minutes as medical staff battles to stabilize Bust, the scene resembling a battlefield rather than a football pitch. The psychological scars of that day would haunt players and fans alike. Bust's career is over in that instant. He undergoes 26 surgeries, the fight to save his leg from amputation, a testament to his strength and the skill of his doctors. This is a story of unimaginable pain, of the dark side of a sport that demands so much from those who dare to play it. But it's also a story of resilience, of the human spirit's ability to overcome even the most horrific of circumstances. Stay with us because we have more to uncover in this exploration of football's darkest moments. On Chapter 3, Djibril Cissé from nightmare to triumph. Djibril Cissé, a name synonymous with speed, skill, and a unique style both on and off the pitch. But Cissé's career, as bright as it was, is forever marked by 2 horrific injuries, both leg breaks that could have ended his time on the field. The first comes in 2004. Cissé, playing for Liverpool, is on fire, scoring goals and captivating fans with his electric pace. Then, in a match against Blackburn Rovers, disaster strikes. A challenge, a tangle of legs, and Cissé's world turns upside down. His left leg buckles under him, the bone snapping with a sickening crack that echoes around the stadium. The diagnosis is grim. a double fracture of both the tibia and fibula. The initial fear that Cisse might lose his leg, the pain, the uncertainty, the sheer terror of it all would be enough to break anyone. But Cisse is a fighter. He attacks his rehabilitation with the same ferocity he displayed on the pitch. Months of grueling work, of pushing his body to its limits and then pushing further. Miraculously, he returns to action, defying the odds and the doctors who doubted he'd ever play again. But fate, it seems, has a cruel sense of humour. In 2006, while playing for France in a pre-World Cup friendly, Cisse suffers another horrific leg break. This time, it's his right leg, and again, a double fracture. The mental and physical toll is immense, yet Cisse refuses to be defined by these injuries. He claws his way back, not once but twice, displaying a level of resilience that is nothing short of awe-inspiring. This is a story of the darkest depths of despair, of the fragility of a career built on speed and agility, but it's also a story of remarkable courage, of the unwavering belief in oneself and the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting obstacles. Stick with us as we continue to explore the stories of resilience and recovery in the face of career-altering injuries. Chapter 4. Aaron Ramsey, A Test of Mettle. Aaron Ramsey, a young dynamic midfielder for Arsenal, a player with the world at his feet. But in February 2010, Ramsey's promising career is put on hold by a horrific injury that sends shockwaves through the footballing world. The match is a tense affair, Arsenal versus Stoke City. Ramsey, just 19 years old at the time, is pulling the strings in midfield, dictating the tempo of the game. Then in a flash it happens. A tackle by Stoke defender Ryan Shawcross, mistimed, reckless and brutally impactful. Ramsey's right leg buckles under the force of the challenge. The sound, a sickening snap, is audible throughout the stadium. The reaction is immediate and visceral. Players from both sides grimace, knowing instantly the severity of the injury. Ramsey lies on the pitch, writhing in agony, his leg broken in 2 places. The diagnosis is grim, a double fracture of the tibia and fibula. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, filled with surgeries, setbacks, and the mental challenge of overcoming such a traumatic experience. The injury sends shockwaves through the footballing world. The outpouring of support for Ramsey is immense, a testament to his talent and the collective empathy felt for a young player whose career is put on hold in such a cruel way. But Ramsey, like the other players we've talked about today, is a fighter. He attacks his rehabilitation with unwavering determination, fueled by the desire to return to the game he loves. And return he does, stronger than ever, proving that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit can overcome the darkest of times. Chapter 5, Peter Cech, a career saved, a life changed. Peter Cech, a name synonymous with goalkeeping brilliance, a legend of the game. But Cech's story, his legacy, is forever intertwined with a horrific injury that could have ended not just his career but his life. It's October 14, 2006. Chelsea is taking on Reading in a Premier League clash. Just 20 seconds into the match, disaster strikes. Reading midfielder Stephen Hunt, in a reckless attempt to reach the ball, collides with Cech, his knee crashing into the goalkeeper's head. The impact is sickening. Cech is left motionless on the turf, his skull fractured. The severity of the injury is immediately apparent. Medics rush to his aid, the atmosphere in the stadium shifting from the roar of the crowd to a stunned silence. Cech is rushed to the hospital where he undergoes emergency surgery. The diagnosis is grim, a depressed skull fracture, a life-threatening injury. The world holds its breath, praying for the goalkeeper's recovery. The surgery is a success, but the road to recovery is long and uncertain. Cech is left with a metal plate in his head and a profound sense of vulnerability. The psychological scars of that day will forever be etched in his memory. But Cech, displaying incredible courage and determination, returns to football just 3 months later, wearing a protective headguard that becomes his trademark, a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the resilience of the human spirit. This is a story that transcends football. It's a story of courage, of defying the odds, and of the unwavering spirit that lies within us all. As we've seen, football, for all its beauty and brilliance, can be a cruel game. These stories, these horrific injuries, remind us of the risks these athletes take every time they step onto the pitch. The human body, for all its strength, is fragile. vulnerable to the forces unleashed in the heat of competition. But amidst the pain, the heartbreak, and the uncertainty, there is also an incredible story of resilience, of the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity, to stare down challenges that would break lesser individuals. These players, through sheer grit and determination, have shown us what it means to truly fight back, to reclaim their lives and their careers after unimaginable setbacks. So the next time you watch a football match, remember these stories. Remember the risks these athletes take, the sacrifices they make, and let their courage, their unwavering spirit inspire you both on and off the field. These injuries remind us of the risks footballers take every time they step onto the pitch. While the game brings joy to millions, it can also bring moments of unimaginable pain. Stay safe and cherish every moment on the field.